Welcome on into week 2 of building a giant steampunk airship. I have been working and designing the interior structure to hold the two blimp-like balloons that will support the airship in the air. This is kind of the mechanism I've spent the last couple hours designing and coming up with. I still need to figure out a way to attach this here with this here to connect it sturdily. Pretty proud of the way I've got this going on right now. It's nice and sturdy, so there is that section there, and that will, I've taken off the panels just so that I could strengthen some of the interior, but that's going to attach to the bottom. So these here will attach like that. It's kind of too large to visualize right now, but that's kind of where this is going. I'm currently waiting on more dark orange. I've not completely depleted my stash, but I have specific pieces that I'm wanting to use to kind of build more of a larger, longer hull than originally intended. So right now my focus is on the blimp section and designing that. I'm working a couple more hours on this now, and I have a somewhat sturdy design. It is not super strong, but considering this is my first time attempting something of this scale, it holds itself well enough. I'm not 100% certain that I have the pieces to continue with the second one of the way I've designed this. So we will begin replicating this design to the best of my ability, kind of reconstructing it. I should have probably been building both at the same time, but I kind of needed to get an idea of how this would even work, and kind of got carried away in doing so. I think I will have enough pieces. Luckily, most of the inside will not be seen, and so the color palette really is unimportant. You can kind of see a bit more of the color than I would like, all the yellows and reds and whatnot. Unfortunately, with the way that the gaps are placed, but that's where I'm at the moment. So this is kind of a more clear view of what the structure and integrity of the hull looks like for what I'm doing. I'm replicating what I did over here, but this just kind of gives a more clear view of how I'm doing so. So I built a bunch of these that will attach to these panels here, which will allow the rest of the panels to set on top of them. I've gone ahead and strengthened the integrity of the first part of the hull that I've designed. To strengthen that, I will now be placing these back on there, and this is where I am at with the blimp infrastructure. I did have enough panels to go ahead and complete them. There's slight differences in piece usage, but the overall look is majority achieved the way I want. I did end up using some of these pieces, which I feel like gives a nice contrast. I still really wish I could figure out a way to fill in these gaps a little bit better. If you have any ideas that don't include me raising these or completely redesigning it, I would be very appreciative of that if you could leave those down in the comments. As both of the ballasts have been completed and the framework has been attached into the main frame of the hull, got a lot more work to do through the integrity to strengthen and connect the framework. As you go kind of in here, I need to run a bunch of beams through the center there, and then the weight and the entirety of the ship will continue down and lift it up. At least another few studs there. I realized that I was building this on the wrong side this will actually come out and have some engines of some kind. I'm thinking something along the ideas of this barrel piece here, but we'll see how that ends up going. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this week's episode of week 2 of building my steampunk airship. If you've enjoyed this and want to continue to see more of the creation of this and many other MOCs that I have planned in the future, hit that like and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and we'll see you next week.